Hello, friends. A very good afternoon to all of you and a warm welcome on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I am Gourav Gupta, and today, once again, I'll take you through this series of sessions that we are running for all of you for the preparation of TISSNET examination. So I hope I am clearly audible and visible to all of you now. Can you all please quickly confirm? Sorry for a small technical glitch because of which we have started 2 minutes late. But I hope everything is fine now and I am clearly visible and audible to all of you. So friends, good afternoon to everyone and hoping that you all are in the right direction for the preparation of TISSNET examination, and we are less than 10 days, just less than 10 days away from this examination, and hope that you have attended all the previous lectures that we have conducted for all of you in this series, 100 most expected questions for TISSNET. Now today we are going to continue with part number 5 for 100 most expected questions for TISSNET Logical Reasoning. So friends, let us quickly start with this session. Now, as always, we'll be dealing with some questions of logical reasoning. To start with, I have one data interpretation set for all of you as well. And this set will help you in basically polishing whatever preparation you have done for yourself for this examination. So in this session, we'll be taking on 10 to 12 questions and I'll be showing you all these questions one by one, and we'll be giving you somewhere around 1 minute for each and every question to solve by yourself. After which we'll have an analysis for every question and we'll discuss the entire solution in detail. Now, in case any one of you has any kind of problem with any of the solution, you can ask me to repeat for that. Girish, you're saying that voice is breaking. Other students, can you all please quickly confirm if my voice is clearly audible to all of you? I believe everything is fine at my end. So, other students, can you please quickly confirm? So, we'll start with the first set till the time I'll get a confirmation from all of you. So, the first set on your screen now. Now, this set contains around 4 to 5 questions, and you are given a line graph and a table. So look at this data. I'll stop on this data for 45 seconds and then I take you to the questions. There is no need to start operating this data. Just look at the line graph and see if you are able to fetch values from this line graph or not. All right. Thank you, Radhika and Pranjal. So my voice must be clear now. All right, so the first set already on your screen. Now the line graph given shows the percentage expenditure on rent and groceries of a person in 5 different years starting from 2011 up till 2015, right? So as you can see, two different type of lines, one blue line and one orange line. Now blue line gives the percentage expenditure on rent and the orange line gives you the percentage expenditure on the groceries. Below this line graph, you can see a table that shows the total expenditure in these 5 years. All right. So look at this data, understand, don't start calculations. Okay. There is no need to write each and every value separately. I'll take you to the questions one by one, and both the graphs will also be given, both this line graph and the table will also be given with you for each and every question. Okay. All right, so let's move on and look at the first question for which I'll give you 1 minute. So the first question with this data on your screen now. What is the respective ratio between the expenditure on rent in 2012 and expenditure on grocery in 2014? Quickly do the calculation and give me the answer in the form of option A, B, C, or D. You have to find the ratio between the expenditure on rent in 2012 and expenditure on grocery in 2014. A very simple question. You can just quickly pick up values from both these graphs So pick up the percentage from the line graph and pick up the total value of the expenditure from the table that is given below and quickly work on this data to give me an answer. Respective ratio between expenditure on rent in 2012 and expenditure on grocery in 2014. Yes, any answer? All right, so Pranjal has given option C as the answer. Jaydev says option B, that is 16 is to 7. Saurabh says the option C. All right, so let me start with the calculations now. Now, not very heavy calculations in this case. First of all, there is no need to calculate the exact value of these two expenditures, right? Since we have to find out the ratio, I'll write the expenditure on rent in terms of percentages as well as the other value in terms of percentages. Okay, so expenditure on rent in 2012. Now, 2012 expenditure on rent, that is this value. So it is 55 percentage, 55 percentage of the total expenditure in 2012, that is 8400. All right. I have to find the ratio of this value with expenditure on grocery in 2014. Now, groceries in 2014 will be this value, which is 35 percentage, 35 percentage of the value in 2014 of the total expenditure is 9600. Right? Now you can cancel out some common factors and find out the simplest ratio. Okay. Now percentage will cancel from numerator and denominator. Two zeros will cancel. Now 84 and 96, I can take 12 common. So 12 into 7 is 84 and 12 into 8 is 96. Right? Then 35 and 55 में से cancel हो जाएगा 5, so 11 and 7. Further 7 will get cancelled and finally we'll be left with 11 and 8 in numerator and denominator respectively. All right, so the correct answer should be option C, that is 11 is to 8. Very simple question it was. I hope you should not have any kind of problem in simplifying the data. Also, you should not be having any problem in picking up the values, especially from the line graph. So if I look at the values here, follow the black color ink. So look at this value for 2011. This is 35 percentage and this is 65 percentage. Very simple to pick up the values. This is 45 percentage and 55 percentage. 30 percentage and 70 percentage, then 35 and 65 percentage, and finally it is 25 and 75 percentage. All right, so not a big deal in picking up the values from the line graph. Let's move towards question number 2 based on the same set of data that is given to you. So question number 2 on your screen now. What is the average expenditure on groceries in all the years put together? Slightly lengthy question, slightly calculative question, but yes, definitely you can expect to get this type of questions. Now, what to do with these type of questions? Now, obviously, this question will consume more than 2 minutes of yours because you will have to calculate 5 values for the groceries in all the years together, right? So 5 percentage calculations you have to do, and it will definitely take 2 minutes. So what you can initially do is, as soon as you see this type of question in a particular set, you may leave this question for the time being and later on come back to this question. Okay, but today we'll be solving this question definitely right now. So I'll give you a few minutes, like 1.5 to 2 minutes. Let's see how many of you can give me a correct answer for this one. Average expenditure on groceries in all the years put together. few more seconds and then I'll slowly start solving for the values for each of these years one by one. All right, now all of you can solve these numbers with me. So I'll start from 2011. Now 2011, the percentage for grocery is 35%, and the total expenditure in 2011 is 8,000. So 35% of 8,000 is what I have to calculate here, right? Now 35% of 8,000. Now 8,000, 10% will be 800, 30% will be 2,400. Then 5% will be 400. So 35% of 8,000 will be 2,800. All right, the first value. You all can write these values with me. Shelja has already given an answer. So Shelja, would you like to post the values of each of these years? I'm moving ahead and looking at the value for 2012. Now for 2012, it is 45% of 8,400. Now 45% can be easily calculated by calculating 50% and then subtracting 5% from that. So 45% can be written as 50% minus 5%. Now 50% of this value will be half of this, that is 4,200. All right. Then 5% will be 420. Now upon subtraction, 4,200 minus 400 is 3,800. Again minus 20, it will be 3,780. All right. 3,780 will be the value for the next year. Perfect, Shelja. Now next is 2013. Now 2013, this number is 70% of 9,000, which is very easy to calculate. 70% of 9,000, it will be 6,300. Okay. Next is 35% of 9,600. Now again 35% I'll calculate by calculating 30% first of all and then 5%. So 30% of this number, 2,880. 10% is 960 multiplied by 3, 2,700 and 180, right? I'm breaking the big values in the smaller chunks. Then 5% इसका कितना हो जाएगा? 480. 480 will be 5%. So it will come out to be 3,380 minus 20, 3,360 will be the value, right? And now moving towards the last value, 75% of 8,500. Now 25% इसका होगा 2,125. I'll calculate 25%, which is 1/4. Okay, 2,125 and then multiplied by 3. It will be 6,375. So I have written these 5 numbers. Okay, and you will have to calculate the average of these 5 numbers, right? Now, to easily calculate the average of these 5 numbers, try to approximate the sum of these numbers. Okay, so I'll do that. So first of all, 2,000, I'm not taking the entire values, 2,000, 3,000, 6,000, 3,000 and 6,000. So just look at the thousands part of these numbers, right? So 2 and 3, 5 and 6, 11, 11 and 3, 14, 14 and 6, 20. So I have 20,000 first of all. So answer has to be more than 4,000. All options are more than 4,000. Okay. Then look at the hundreds part. So 800 and 700, that will give you 1,500. And then 300, 1,800. Then again 300, 2,100 and again 300, 2,400. राइट 2,400. सो अभी तक सम कितना हो गया? 22,400. ना अगर मैं इसको भी 5 से डिवाइड करता हूं, सो माय आंसर विल कम आउट टू बी समवेयर अराउंड ऑप्शन ए और ऑप्शन डी. सो 4,480. 4,480 will be the answer if I'll only take this part and will not add the buffer part, the tens part. Okay, so 4,480 is more than this. So option B cannot be the answer. Option C cannot be the answer. Obviously, option D cannot be the answer because my answer will be greater than 4,000. 4,480. So I am left with only one option, that is option A, which can be marked as the answer, right? Now, once again, I must tell you that this is definitely a lengthy question and can be left behind, and you can come back to this question once again later on when the time will permit. Okay, so the correct answer here should be option A, and some of you have given the correct answer. Nice, good. Let's move on to question number 3. Now, the work that you have done for this question will also help you in answering the next question, that is question number 3. So if you have done this much of calculations, then it will take you 5 seconds to answer question number 3. So let's see the question number 3. In which of the following years will the expenditure on groceries be the maximum? Expenditure on groceries maximum किसमें था? So for the previous question, we have already done the calculations for calculating the expenditure on groceries for each and every year. Now using that calculation, using that data, you can mark the answer for this question without taking much time. So if I go back to the previous sheet, the maximum expenditure on groceries, so 2800, 37, 6300 is one value and 6375 is the last value. So I can say that among these 5 numbers, 6375, that is for year 2015, is the highest value, right? So you can now quickly mark the answer as option D, that is 2015. So I can say that the amount of work that we have done for question number 2 is helpful for question number 3 as well. So if you can see both these questions together, then it is appropriate to spend time in calculating all those 5 values for question number 2. That will also help you in doing question number 3. Without those values, you cannot find the answer for question number 3, right? Because there will be confusion in the values for 2013 and 2015. Okay, so yes, you can utilize that part in this question. Moving on to the next question. So correct answer here is option D. And moving on to the 4th question. The expenditure on rent in 2012 is approximately what percentage less than expenditure on grocery in 2013? Now, here you will require to use a trick that I'm going to tell you in a few moments. You are required to use a trick to get the final answer for this question and save plenty of your time. Again, I'll tell you, there is no need to calculate the exact value of these expenditures. Okay, no need to calculate the exact values. First of all, try and calculate the ratio of these two. Come on. So do as I'm saying, do as I'm telling all of you. So first of all, calculate the simplest ratio of these two expenditures and write it in the chat box. Come on, do that, all of you. Calculate the simplest ratio of these two and give me that ratio by writing it in the chat box quickly. So expenditure on rent in 2012. 2012 mein rent, that is blue line, 55%, 55% of 8400, right? I'll take its ratio with expenditure on grocery in 2013. So grocery in 2013, that is 70% of 9,000. 70% of 9,000. All right. Now, first of all, I'll calculate the simplest ratio of these two numbers. Okay. So 00 and 00 will get cancelled. Now 84 and 90, I'll take out 6 from here. So it will be 14 and 15. Next, 55 and 15 में से 5 cancel कर लेते हैं या फिर 14 cancel कर लेते हैं पहले. So 14 and 70. So 14 into 5 is 70. And then 5 cancel कर लिया मैंने, यहाँ पे 11 आ जाएगा. So Pranjul, thank you very much. So Pranjul says the ratio is 11:15 and this is the same ratio that I'm getting. Now Girish, I was not expecting this thing. So Girish, numerator जो है 4620, इसको calculate करने में थोड़ा तो time लगेगा. So you could have calculated the ratio the way I have done it. Okay, fine. So 11:15 is the ratio. So the first part, numerator, represents the expenditure on rent in 2012 and the denominator represents expenditure on grocery in 2013. All right. I hope all of you have understood up till this part. So now I have calculated the simplest ratio. Now the question is asking simply that 11, the numerator, is what percentage less than the denominator? That means 11 is what percentage less than 15. अब 11 और 15 में difference कितने का है? 4. So 11 is 4 less than 15 and so 4 less than 15 in the denominator, I'll put 15 and then multiply by 100. So this is what you will have to calculate and post your answer. So upon simplification, you will get 80 upon 3 and that will come out to be 26.67 percentage. Now we have to mark the approximate answer. So among the options given, the nearest value to 26.67 will be 27 percentage. And yes, you all can mark option B as the answer. So Ayushi, Sahil, Shantanu, Shalja, all of you have given a perfect answer. Good to see that. Now, Girish, I hope you have understood. There is no need to do the calculation in the numerator to calculate the exact value of the expenditure on rent in 2012, right? So you can calculate the simplest ratio and then perform the percentage calculations on the simplest ratio that you have obtained. So yes, the correct answer is 26.67 percentage, which is approximately equal to 27 percentage, and the correct answer should be option B. All right. Great. Now, most of the questions of percentages can be done using this technique by calculating the simplest ratio, and there is no need to operate on the bigger values, right? So you can implement this particular technique at the time of the examination as well. Let's move on to the next question, the next independent question, question number 5. Now, question number 5 belongs to clocks. At what angle the hands of a clock are inclined at 15 minutes past 6 o'clock. So 15 minutes past 6 o'clock is the time, and you'll have to find out the angle between the hands. All right, great, good. So we have a direct formula for this, and definitely we'll be using that formula. So the formula is theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. Theta is the angle between the hands, m is the number of minutes, and h is the number of hours. Now the time that is given to us is 6:15. Okay, so the value of h that we'll put in the formula will be 6, and the value of m will be 15. Let's substitute these values. So 30 into 6 minus 11 by 2 into 15. So 180 minus 165 upon 2, that is 82.5. So 180 minus 82.5, and the correct answer will be 97.5 degrees. So 97.5 degrees, that is option B, is definitely the correct answer. And all of you have given a correct answer. Nice, good to see that. So option B, yes, it is correct. Let's move on to question number 6. Select the option that is related to the third number in the same way as the second number is related to the first number. So simple analogies question. So 15 and 219 में जो relation है, you'll have to establish the same relation and find out which option will be suitable to mark as the correct answer. All right, Girish has given an answer. Girish, the square of 15. Careful, careful. All right, Anshul. Guys, please give me the reason for that. मेरे को reason भी चाहिए आपके आंसर का. People are saying 618, 519, option A and option C. Also, please write the reason of your answer. Now, 15 and 219. So the square of 15 is 225, and then minus 6 has been done to obtain 219. Now, how come this 6? ये 6 कहां से आया? ये देखना है. Good, good, good. Yashasvi and Prateek have given a good logic. Anshul has also given a logic. Nice. So for 25, I'll take the square of 25. So that will be 625 minus. Now here 6 was the sum of the digits here. So 6 was the sum of the digits, 1 plus 5. So in this case also, I'll subtract the sum of the digits, which is 7. So 625 minus 7, that is 618, should be the correct answer for this question. So those who have given 618, option C as the answer, they all are absolutely correct. So 618, that is option C, is definitely a correct answer. All right. Okay. Now let's move on towards the next question. But before moving on, I'll quickly check what is the number of likes right now. Oh my God, number of likes is 22 and 44 students are live in this session. Guys, ऐसा तो मत करो यार. I'm helping you out for your preparation by bringing on some good type of questions. So please, it's a small request. Do press the like button before we'll move on to look at the next question. Come on, come on. I'll give you a few seconds. Those who haven't done it yet, please do press the like button. Do like this session. All right. Okay, चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Question number 7. Question number 7, find the next term in the given series. So it's an alphanumeric series, and quickly find what will be the correct answer. Which term will complete this series? Thank you, Girish. Thank you for requesting other students to like this session. Come on, guys, please. जिसने अभी तक like नहीं किया, do press the like button. So give me an answer for this. Next alphanumeric that will complete this series. Yes, what should I put in place of this question mark? So let's have a look at it. So every option starts with S. So there is no need to check the first part. Let's save time in that. Then the number 2, 4, 8 and 16. So number is getting doubled. So it should be 32. So I can eliminate option A and option D. A and D are eliminated, right? Now let's look at the third part. The third part starts with R, whose number equivalent is 18. So R represents 18. Then P is 16. M is 13 and I is 9. So looking at the last part, I can say RPMI 18, 16, 13 and 9. So first of all, it is minus 2, then minus 3, then minus 4. So to obtain the next alphabet, I should subtract 5. So 9 minus 5 should be 4 and 4 is represented by D. Okay, so the last part, the third part should be D, and 32D, the first part is S. S32D should be the final answer. So yes, correct answer definitely is option C. Right? Let's check it out. And yes, it is the correct answer. किस किसने सही आंसर दिया है? My God, जिसने भी आंसर दिया है, सबने ही सही आंसर दिया है. Good. So all of you, those who have given the answer, have given a correct answer. Nice. Wonderful to see that. Let's move on to question number 8. Question number 8 is asking you to find out the missing term in the given series. Again, not a difficult question. So find the missing term. Replace the number, this question mark with a given number with one of the numbers that are given in the options. Yes, any answer? I want all the students to give an answer for this one. बहुत easy question है. So option D, that is 89. Option C is among the options, that is 87. Okay. So most of you are saying option D. Let's have a look at the logic. Now 72 plus 2 is 74. Then 74 plus 3 is 77. Then it is plus 5. All right. Now plus 2 plus 3 plus 5. What you can infer from these numbers? Can I say that these numbers are prime numbers? They are not even numbers. They're not odd numbers. They are prime numbers starting from the smallest prime number. So plus 2 plus 3 plus 5. तो इसके बाद plus 7 होना चाहिए. So if I'll do plus 7, I'll get 89. And then after that, it should follow. So plus 11. So yes, I can see that 89 plus 11 is 100. And then 100 plus 13, which is the next prime number, gives me the next term. So 89 fits best in this series. So yes, the gaps of prime numbers as said by Akash are there. Adding all prime numbers, Tanmay, yes, all right. So the correct answer here should be option D, that is 89. All right. Okay. Now moving on to question number 9. Now question number 9 is again a question on clocks, but it is not exactly the same question that we have done earlier. Here the angle is given between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, and you'll have to find out the exact time at which an angle of 50 degrees will be made between hour hand and minute hand. So at what exact time will this happen? You'll have to find out. Let's see who will give me the first answer. Who will be the first person to give a correct answer for this one? All right, Pranjal has already given an answer. Good. Now, in such type of questions, generally we get two different answers. Yes, so there can be two different time instances at which the angle of 50-degree can be made between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Okay, now both these answers can be calculated by using the formulas. So one of the formulas is theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. This is first formula. And another formula is theta is equal to 30h minus 11 by 2m. Okay, now we'll use both the formulas and we'll obtain the value of m, right, by putting the values of theta and h. Now the value of theta is given as 50 degrees, okay, and the value of h, since the time is between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, so any time that is between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock will be some minutes past 5 o'clock, right? 5 and then some minutes. So I can say that the value of h will be equal to 5. Okay, so we'll put these values of theta and h to obtain the value of m. So let's operate it on the first formula. So 50 is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30 into 5. So the value of m will come out to be 50 plus 150, that is 200, 400 upon 11. Now upon solving 400 upon 11, converting it in mixed fraction, I'll get 3, 6, 4 upon 11. 36 4 upon 11. Now 36 4 upon 11 is not among the options. Fine. Okay. So I'll use the second formula. 50, that is theta, is equal to 30 into h, 30 into 5 minus 11 by 2m. So from here, the value of m will be equal to 100 multiplied by 2, that is 200 upon 11, and that will come out to be 182 upon 11. So 18 2 upon 11. So I have 18 2 upon 11 among the options, and yes, I can mark this option as the correct answer. Now, only handful of students have given a correct answer out of all the students who are there in this session. But friends, the questions of clocks are very important. You must understand this logic. You must understand the relevance of these formulas. So, अगर ये दो formula याद कर लोगे, then you will be able to attempt most of the direct questions based on clocks very easily. Okay. So the correct answer here is option B, that is 5 8 2 by 18 2 by 11. Okay, so 18 2 by 11 minutes past 5 o'clock is the time at which the angle between the hands will be 50 degrees, right? So correct answer, yes, option B. Next question, question number 10. Study the given pattern carefully and select the number that can replace the question mark in this given puzzle. And this one is slightly tricky. Not a difficult one, though it is tricky but not difficult. Okay, Pranjal says option A, Saurabh 17 option A, Shelja option A, nice. Can you all please give me the logic behind this? Come on, logic also is required. Dumro, you're asking, are you related to Nikita Gupta ma'am? Yes, we are colleagues. We work. Any other student who would like to post the answer? Saurav, meanwhile, Saurav, Pranjal and Shelja, I would like to hear out the logic from all of you. Pranjal has already given the logic. All right, Pranjal, good. Now, how to basically understand what we have to do in this case. Now, generally, these questions are related with the product of these numbers that will result in this number or anything that is related to this. So, product se relation आ सकता है या फिर sum से relation आ सकता है. Now, 11 into 17 is 187. Now, 187's relation with 112 is difficult to establish, right? So there is no relation at all. So I'll add these two numbers, 11 and 17. Now, 11 and 17 is 28, and I can see that 28 multiplied by 4 is equal to 112, right? So the logic that I'll be using is 11 plus 17 multiply by 4 will give you 112. Now let's check it for the second part, 29 and 23. Now 29 plus 23 is 52, and yes, 52 multiplied by 4 will give you 208. So now we have got the logic. Okay, so to obtain the value of the question mark, I take this 156. So 156 divided by 4 is what I will calculate, right? So 156 divided by 4 will give me 39. and 39 should be the sum of 22 and question mark. So the value of question mark will be equal to 39 minus 22, and that is equal to 17. So yes, 17 will be the correct answer for this question. So option A, that is 17, correctly given by, again, very less number of students, Saurav, Pranjal, Shelja, and Girish as well. All right, that's it. Prakshi also. So 5 or 6 students have given the correct answer for this one. Correct answer is option A. Let's move on to question number 11. The question based on blood relations. Meanwhile, the students who are watching this session, who are solving these questions and have not pressed the like button, it's a small request to all of you to please like this session. Pointing to a photograph, point to a photograph of a man. Saket says, this man's son's sister is my mother-in-law. How is Saket's wife related to the man in the photograph? All right, Yashasvi, very quick to give me an answer. Pranjal as well. Nice. Vaman Rathore. Oh, great. Nice. So, Israr says C for sure. Nice. Good confidence. चलिए सॉल्व करते हैं. आसान क्वेश्चन है. Pointing to a photograph of a man. So photograph is of a man. So I'll make the photograph. Saket says, so Saket is saying something pointing towards a photograph of a man. This man's son is आदमी का son. Son's sister is, this lady is my mother-in-law. So that means this lady is the mother-in-law of Saket. So mother-in-law is wife's mother. Okay, so Saket's wife's mother is the mother-in-law of Saket. Okay, so Saket's wife is this lady. Okay, so Saket's wife's mother is this lady. Okay, so question is, how is Saket's wife? So that means, how is this person related to the man in the photograph, related to this person? So this man's son's sister's daughter is Saket's wife. Or I can say that this man's daughter's daughter is Saket's wife. So daughter's daughter will be maternal granddaughter. And yes, this is the correct answer. All right. Vaman says, I kept my wife as an example, so it's correct. Nice, nice. So Vaman, it's always good to establish all these relations, considering the relations in our family. Then it will be very easy to to find out the correct answer for such questions. So yes, the correct answer here is option C, maternal granddaughter, right? Now let's move towards question number 12. Question number 12 is an easy question on direction senses. Now Devendra walks 12 kilometers towards east. He then decides to take a right turn and walks 22 kilometers in this direction. He now turns to his left and moves another 12 kilometer. Finally, he moves 14 kilometer to his right. So these are the steps that Devendra has taken. Now the question is not about the distance, but about the direction. So in which direction is he facing now? A very easy question to end this session with. So I hope all the 40 students who are there in this session would give me a correct answer for this one. Come on. Please don't make a mess of this question. This is an easy one. All right, nice. So let me start with this. So Devendra walks 12 kilometers towards east. So going conventionally north, south, west, and east. So 12 kilometers towards east. This is the starting point. Then he decides to take a right turn. So from here, the right turn will be downwards, and this will be 22 kilometers. Now he turns to his left. Now, since he's coming downwards, his left turn will be towards our right. Okay, so he took a left turn and moves 12 kilometers, and finally he moves 14 kilometers to his right. So right turn will be again downwards and 14 kilometers. Now, since we don't have to find out the distance, we just need to find out the direction in which he's facing. So direction in which he's facing is downward direction, and downward direction is considered as south. So finally, he will be facing south direction. All right. Now, some of you have given, like 2 or 3 students have given, I think, wrong answer. But despite of that, all of you have given the answer as south. That is option B. All right. So friends, that is all about this session. I hope you would have liked the questions that we have covered today. And this is the level of difficulty that you are going to see in the actual paper of TISSNET. All right. So all the very best to all of you for your upcoming examination. Please do a proper revision in these remaining 8 to 9 days that are there before TISSNET examination, and make sure that you clear the cutoff of the general awareness section. I hope you all are aware about the sectional cutoff of only this particular section, and you'll have to put good hard work on this section. All right. So all the very best to all of you. And definitely before your examination, I'll see you once again with some good quality questions on quant and logical reasoning. Till then, all the very best. And then some important piece of information for all the students who are still preparing for CAT 2023. So yes, new batches are available, and the complete details of comprehensive program that we offer here at BYJU'S Exam Prep are given on your screen. In case you are interested to join any of these batches, please do call at the number that is given at the bottom of the screen. Also, you can avail up to 90% scholarship on CAT preparation programs. You can take a scholarship test on 18th of February at 7 p.m. So please do register for this examination. Also, we are conducting a session on the importance to start for CAT 2023 preparation as soon as possible. So Saral sir will be taking this session on 21st of February at 7 p.m. to make you understand the relevance of starting early for the preparation of CAT. TISSNET GK session for all the students who are appearing for TISSNET. We'll be conducting many sessions on TISSNET GK starting from 19th of February daily at 9:30 p.m. So do subscribe the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep in case you want to watch all these sessions. Also do press the bell icon so that you will receive the notifications of all the upcoming sessions, right? Last lab to TISSNET 2023 will continue. So yesterday it has started 15th February. Daily you will find a session at 8 p.m. in the series of last lab to TISSNET 2023. Right? So in case you have missed yesterday's session, yes, the recording will be available on the YouTube. Please do watch it and do not miss the upcoming sessions, and make sure that you attend all these sessions in the live format. Okay. All India Open Mock for MAHCET MBA 2023 is still live and will be live up till 19th of February. So those who have not taken this examination, make sure that you register for this examination and experience the real MAHCET examination. That's all, friends. Please get social with us on these platforms. Thank you very much. We'll see you once again. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.